if you're talking about the real estate and the infrastructure space in India, it's one that's in the focus of a lot of regulatory authority. A lot of regulatory focus is there on it. We've seen multiple rules coming in, but eventually, eventually what matters is the demand. And as of right now, on-ground demand is still quite elusive. Would you say that is true, or would you say that is true only in certain specific pockets of the countries or certain specific regions?
So I would say demand has been picking up over the last few months. Obviously, if you looked at the period of demonetization, demand really fell very, very sharply. What has happened today is it's come back to pre-demonetization levels. So it's not necessarily back to the kind of demand you'd like to see. But there has been positive movement. There's a lot that's happened around the interest rates. From say 6 months, 9 months back, we've seen at least over 100 basis points drop. You're now at 8.35% in terms of interest. Right. Some of the PMAY schemes, while are oriented towards the more affordable segment, but the recent announcement in December 31st actually ensured that you could go right up to 18 lakhs in terms of income segment, right. Access to housing. So again, you're looking at people who do have an ability to get to buy homes under that subsidy also.
Right. There's been a lot of talk about the affordable housing segment, and a lot of players are now interested in getting into the space. What I want to know is, you've been in the affordable housing segment for a very long time, especially with your flagship project Happinest. So how do you look at affordable housing? How much are you geared up for it? How much are you planning to ramp up in this particular space?
So when we looked at the whole space itself in the beginning, and you're right that it was a space very dominated by very small local developers, very localized, one project, two project. No organized player was really part of that whole business. And when we got into it precisely because we thought we saw a huge, large underserved market sitting out there, which needed quality housing but didn't have access to it, either in terms of financial institutions or in terms of supply created by quality developers. Right. The financial institution piece has been slowly handled over a period of time, and you have several HFCs who've come into the picture, who've been looking at this space and really investing in terms of creating access to finance.
Which parts of the country are doing much better compared to the rest?
So I think parts of the country which see job creation, which have seen better investments in infrastructure, where you have greater migration, right, are definitely doing better. So markets like Pune, markets like Bangalore, Hyderabad, which has picked up over the last few years after the whole bifurcation issue settled down. Right. These are markets that are relatively performing better. Right. Chennai, I would say, has seen differences in parts. So the city portions of Chennai haven't done too well. Corridors like where we are today at the World City have done better. Much better. Okay. So again, it's a question of what is the demand, where is the demand, what kind of price points, what is being made available. NCR has been the slowest market in the country. I think even Mumbai has started.
That's interesting to hear.
Mumbai has started improving.
Okay.
It has started seeing numbers, not necessarily in South Mumbai, but the rest of Mumbai. But NCR has really been down, and I think it's not surprising because that's a market which has been so speculative.
Right.
It's been very heavily driven by investors and not by end users, and the minute prices have stagnated for the last few years, you've seen
a sustained
slowdown in that market. So I always say if 2016-17 was a year of handovers for us, we had 2,250 homes handed over, the previous year 800, so 3,000 plus. Right. Then 2017-18 is going to be the year of launches, obviously subject to approvals not playing a spoiler in the game.
Right, right.
So we have 3 projects in Mumbai that are due for launch. We have one in Palghar for the affordable housing, Happinest, right, which is due for launch. That one is pretty much done and all its approvals.
Right.
We have one in the Mahindra World City in Chennai,
okay,
which is again scheduled for launch, one in Pune,
okay,
and the 2 industrial clusters in Ahmedabad and Chennai. Okay. So there's a lot of activity this year in terms of 7 different launches in different shapes and forms, all in multiple stages of the approval process.
So really very strong pipeline across multiple cities.
I think if all of that
across multiple segments.
Yes. So if all of that pans out, we would see about close to 2.5 million square feet getting launched, plus the 2 world cities in terms of acreages. And therefore, this is the point in time where we're very actively looking to add more to the overall portfolio. We've been always focused on keeping only that much of inventory that can take care of the next 3 to 5 years of sales.
Right.
And time therefore has come for us to be able to add many more land parcels across the residential segments, both affordable and life spaces.
Right.
we are seeing good deals coming to the table now.
Okay.
Many developers itself who either have too much of land banks, not able to put in the bandwidth, some of them concerned about RERA, some of them not sure whether they want to operate in the new environment. So we are seeing good deals coming to the table.
And you're very well equipped to take advantage of the
Yes, we are well
yeah.
equipped to take advantage of the situation. So really looking forward to growing the business to larger scale.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/ETNow.